everyone, this is Ramona coming back at you. Today I want to talk about the law of attraction. Some people are starting to believe that the law of attraction doesn't work, or they were never persuaded to believe it in the first place. The reason why that they feel that the law of attraction does not work is because they feel that there is not enough to go around. What if everybody wanted the same thing? What if it just does not make any sense that we would clearly want something? We can focus our mind. So they feel that what the law of attraction is, which is being able to focus your mind, stating to the universe what you want, focus your mind on this and allow your feelings to match what it is that you want, and then you send that out to the universe. So you just tell the universe that's what you want. Then you just sit back, okay, and it's supposed to come to you. And you're supposed to feel really good about it all the time. Just have a good positive feeling about you're going to get it, 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 and just really honing in on it, honing in. And if you have not even a little tiny bit of negativity to it, if you just maintain that positivity for the longest extended time until you get it, you will get it. Okay? Well, okay, wow. Guess what? That's not how law of attraction works. Okay? So, the sad thing is that people hear about the law of attraction through the grapevine, okay? So that nobody, a big chunk of people have not, the ones who don't even believe in it or the questioning it, have not even sit down to read the book or read the documentary, okay? I mean, the movie. And, they want to listen, they want to be lazy and listen to other people, what is the law of attraction? And they listen to other people who, sadly, these people don't know anything about law of attraction. They haven't probably even never applied it into their lives. Okay, so as I stated what the law of attraction is, that is only a portion of it. Okay, yes, it is true that you state out to the universe what it is that you want. Okay, number two, you match your feelings to what you want. Okay, so you have to feel you have to feel good about what it is that you're trying to bring about. Okay, you're trying to visualize, and that's another thing that I forgot to mention was the strong visualization that you can have it, acting like you already have it. So yes, that is a part of the law of attraction, but then there's also some other things that go along with it. What other people think is that it just falls down into your lap. When you do all of those things that I just stated, that it just falls into their lap. That's where it stops working for them, because they don't get the concept that, no, that's not how it works, okay? Yes, you take those steps, but what you also need to understand is that now the universe doesn't just drop it into your lap. How it works is you listen, you go about your daily life, okay? Your daily occurrences, whatever it is that you do. But now it's up to you. Now that you know that this is what you're doing, you did your bit of visualization, you're feeling good about it, you're not having any negative thoughts about it, what have you. So during your day, let's just take your day. So all day long, you're out and about. And all of a sudden, little flashes, you're starting to notice things that you've never noticed before. And you're like, oh my God, was that always there? Well, how come I never noticed it before? So that's what a law of attraction does. Now, those things may have already been there, but the law of attraction makes you, it opens the door for you, and little light bulbs pop up over your head and also over the things that are relevant in order and to helping you get what it is that you are trying to acquire. Okay? That is what the law of attraction is. And then the other part, the third part that you have to do is get up off your butt and walk through the door. Walk to the thing that it is that you were aware of. The light bulb went off, you go towards it. You work on it. You take the idea and you do something with it. Okay? I want to give you an example. Okay? Just recently, actually for a really long time, I like the Mandarin language. I think that it's pretty. I think it sounds nice, and only in my home do I try to do the accent, you know what I mean? Or I'll try to speak it, but I don't, but for fun, but it's not to make fun, but I actually enjoy the language. I like how it sounds, and I'll do other accents as well. So it's not about being rude or anything, but I just like the accent. I just, I'm a little goofball, so that's what I do, okay? And, but I always said, I would really like to learn that language. I would really like to learn that language. And I've been saying that for like a year, never taking it very seriously, by the way, and not at all taking it serious. I think a portion of me is like, wow, I've heard that the language is really hard to learn, and I'm not trying to learn any other kind of language, because some languages I just can't grasp, and whatever. This past weekend, I was really thinking about it. I was really bored this weekend, okay? And I was laying on the couch on my laptop, and I go, you know what, I think I'm going to go on YouTube and check out to see if there's any Mandarin lessons on there. And so I did, and I learned a lot. I'm not going to tell you what I learned or whatever, but I learned a lot from, the 4 tones, how one word has like 6 different meanings to it, 5 different meanings to it, what have you. And so I learned a lot. And I'm like, you know what, that was really easy. That was really fun. I'm actually speaking what I was taught so far, and I'm actually learning it. And wow, that's insane. Okay, so that's not the law of attraction. Yeah. The next day, I go down into my lobby, and I'm waiting at the elevator, my groceries in my hands, and I happen to look up at the bulletin, the Glass and Case bulletin board, and I go over and I read it. I read the bulletin all the time, because it might be something interesting in my neighborhood going on, whatever. Guess what? So what was posted was Mandarin lessons, $75 in the neighborhood. Okay, 10-week, I think it said a 10-week long Mandarin classes for $75, which is a really great deal if you want to learn, Mandarin. And I'm like, holy cannoli, that's crazy. But now here's what I'm getting at for the lesson. The lesson is that I'm not going to go for the Mandarin classes, because there's other things that I want to do. But do you understand where that came from? So my mind was so focused. So it was like fluffy focus throughout the year, okay? And it had nothing to do with this one moment, but it did for this weekend, when I was like, you know what? I really felt good about taking Mandarin classes. Like, I wanted to take lessons. I wanted to take lessons, Mandarin lessons. And that's what kept on popping up in my head, Mandarin lessons. So the very next day, I go around my lobby, I see Mandarin lessons on the wall. And that was never there before. That's crazy. Okay? And I've been living in this community for 2 decades, like a really long time. They didn't have Mandarin classes, so I know that for a fact. So that's right there, the law of attraction. Now, if I was not interested in Mandarin, does it mean that that post would not be in there? No, it just means that I would not be aware of that post. Why? Because it's not something that I'm aware, that I'm interested in. I'm not something, that's not my goal, it's not my dream, it's not anything that I'm trying to attain here. So I would have probably gone to the board, okay, and not really paid attention to the Mandarin classes, like, okay, whatever. So that's what you have to do. So you learn two things from there, which is you need to get up. I couldn't go pay for the money because the universe said, oh, she's thinking Mandarin lessons, Mandarin lessons, Mandarin lessons. Let's give her Mandarin lessons, see what she does with it. So they put the light bulb over the Mandarin lessons. I'm not going to be taking the Mandarin lessons because even though I was happy about them, yay, Mandarin lessons, even though I was really happy about it and stuff like that, I'm not wanting to put the $75 up. There's money, that's a chunk of money that I would like to put towards another goal that I'm really interested in doing, okay? The other thing is that, yeah, so you just have to get up, and that's a part of it. The other thing that you need to know is, well, why is it that so many people are trying to obtain these things and they can't obtain them again? Well, okay, so let's look at what they're trying to obtain. A lot of people, they're looking for specifics. They're looking for George Newman down the street. They're looking for Sarah McJ down the street. They like her. This person likes her. Okay, let's just take this person. So, I want the new neighbor. I happen to know that the new neighbor has no boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, and I really like her. I really like her. I really like her a lot. I'm going to do this law of attraction, and I know if I'm just really positive, and if I really, feel good about this, and I visualize us together, and what have you, she will come to me. Okay? Guess what? What you don't realize is that there's more than one law out there in the universe. Okay? There's also the law of free will. The one law is not going to cancel out the other law just for you. It's just not going to happen. So don't name anyone. Don't get that specific. You can't say, I want this building right here. That's this already built building downtown. I want that building. Of course it's not going to be yours. That's crazy, number one. But let's just look at that for a minute. It's not going to happen. You're not going to get that building because it doesn't belong to you, and you're going to be invading on someone else's free will to have somebody else's manifestation. That building was somebody else's manifestation. That building is basically off, hands off, unless that person is putting up the building for sale or whatever. Okay? But the other thing is the law of attraction. So you want to generalize when you want something, okay? You want to generalize what you want. So if you want love, okay, in your life, you have to specifically say, the specifics are, these are the characteristics that I want as an individual. Somebody who's, if you want a love relationship, you want somebody who, you don't name them. Physical features, you can say that somebody who's healthy and attractive to me, somebody who's capable of being loved, who's stable, actually stable, and just think about this wonderful person, somebody who you would really truly be happy with, okay? And you can visualize yourself with somebody like that. But here's the thing. You don't want to say, oh, she has to have black hair and green eyes, okay? Because you know what? The person who's really good for you could have the blonde hair and blue eyes, And so you're going to mess yourself up thinking, this is the person I want. I wanted the black hair, blue-eyed hair girl, or whatever I said, green eyes. When she could look completely different, okay? But you have to think, generalize. You need to generalize what it is that you want and allow the universe to bring about the details for you. Bring about those details. So that's basically it about, the law of attraction. So what else am I leaving out? I'm sorry, I'm just kind of tired right now, and yesterday I did the law of attraction video, and it was perfect, and then I went to go listen to it, and it was like laggy. I sounded like a man on it, because the audio was all messed up. So this one's not as good as the other one, but I'm just gonna put it out there and see how it goes, okay? I just talk to you guys like you're right here with me. You're just a pal. Not has to be so formal. But let me think of anything else that I need to talk about the law of attraction. Some people say, why is it I only get what I want halfway? Oh, and the other thing is yeah, like why don't I get things, why is it I get it not exactly the way that I wanted to get it? I want to give you an example. So, say if I wanted, here's a really good example. Say if I wanted a car. Let's do something that's really feasible, okay? Which I do. I want a car, okay? So I put out in the universe and I say, yes, I want a car. So I'm visualizing. I'm feeling really happy about it. I'm acting like I already have it. That, should I go down and get the groceries, the cans of soda, or bring them up later from the trunk of the car? Like acting like you already have it, like it's yours. It's like you purchased it already, but you're waiting for it to come. It's being special made for you, or whatever. Like you have to act like it's yours, like you got it already. Okay, really happy about it. Okay. And then I don't get the car. So like, what's going on? How come I'm visualizing and visualizing and visualizing? I'm doing everything right. I'm doing it right. I'm doing it right. But I'm not getting this stinking car. Well, guess what? You know why I'm not getting the car? Because I can't drive. But guess what I've been noticing lately? People are always talking about, the DMV, like a friend would call, this was a while ago, like my friend would I have to go get, I have to get this handled down to DMV, or somebody, or I'll be eating downtown and somebody says, I just got this from the DMV. The funny thing was is that I was downtown and I was having, just went shopping, and now we were eating at Burger King, and there was like couple of guys sitting next to me at the next table, and he had opened a DMV a DMV book, so a driver's manual, and I was like, I started kind of laughing to myself about that, because I've been thinking a lot about that. I'm like, is that not the law of attraction trying to tell me, like, hello, go get your manual, learn how to drive, darling, study, do whatever it is that you got to do to study. That's one step that you can take, and then you can have your car, little miss. Stop visualizing the car. You keep visualizing what it is that you want. Yes you do. Like, I'm not going to stop visualizing that car, but you know what? The universe, and I've noticed that the universe is opening doors for me. Boop, 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 like go off on it, but not on the car. But what I need to do before I get the big thing that I'm the second portion that I need. Okay? Just like, you know, oh, I want to be just like my uncle, you know, he's got like he's got his own business, he's all set up, well, he's got his own law firm, he's got this, and he's got that, and, or whatever kind of business, you know, somebody else has, and you're like, you know, I want that. Well, guess what? Your uncle grew up with his father, who was a businessman, and told him the complete ropes on what to do, and then he learned it from childhood up. So he got a lifetime, thus far, however old he is, he got a lifetime of education on that one thing, on learning how to run a business. But you, on the other hand, you visualize about having this business. You really, really want it. And oh my God, you want it so bad. And you're like, why isn't it happening for me? Like, why am I getting a job? Or why is nothing happening? Meanwhile, while you just finished that thought, what pops up on the TV? Oh, come to BU, Boston University, and get your bachelor degree in business, and you know, so those are and I don't know if you're paying attention, obviously not, but that was the law of attraction right there. That's the universe saying, hello, you want your own business, sweetie, you're going to have to start from scratch. There's milestones and steps to take before you get to where you need to get. And that is what you need to know about the law of attraction. Okay? That's how it works. And if you try to, you know, jump over hoops and loops and trying to get over on something, you know. Now let's just say, for instance, if you could get that building, I mean, this grandiose, big, tall skyscraper with your name on it, like Trump has, right? Say if you wanted that, and you said, oh my God, you're sweating bullets, and you're like really thinking about how you're visualizing, you're doing the hard work, and then boom, all of a sudden, just to say, for the fun of it, the building's there. You go downtown one day, and just for some touring around, and you see this building, and it says, Ramona, right across the top of the building. You're like, holy cannoli. I got my building. Yeah. Okay. What am I going to do with that building? What am I going to do with it? There's absolutely nothing I can do with it. Now, okay, so what am I going to put? Am I going to hire people to... I don't even have a business to put people in there to maintain this building, to... I don't know how to maintain it. I don't know what to do with it. So that was a fun explanation, example. But like the smaller things as well. Like if you got what you want, that's even like the smallest thing that you wanted. What the hell are you going to do with it if you don't know what to do with it? A lot of people are asking for stuff that they don't know what to do with it. They want a big, gigantic car. Do you have the money to maintain it? Do you have the money to, you know, that's another thing. I keep going to the car thing because yes, I'm thinking about cars. One day. And, see, but that's a good example. Like, it's an extravagant thing, but not that extravagant where it's impossible. So if you got the car, but a sports car at best, what are you going to do with it? You don't have the money to maintain it, do you? You don't have the money to maintain it. You don't have any money to pay for the gas, pay for the excise tax, pay for the maintenance. I don't know how it is to take care of that kind of car, but really, even what if you were to win it in one of those car lottos? Did you know that those cars are never fully free, that you have to actually pay for the taxes on there. So if you want a sports car, you're actually going to have to put like pay $30,000 for the taxes. So I don't know, that's an exaggerating, maybe it's not. So if it's like a $60,000 car, right? Guess what? You're going to have to pay $20,000 for the taxes. Where are you going to come up with that money? You're all ready for the for your rent and food and basic needs. And now you just wanted something special for yourself, like a really nice car. But the universe is not giving it to you because you can't afford the car right now. You can't afford it. There's other things that you have to do in order to be able to afford it. Excuse me, my nose hurts. Oh. So, I mean, these are things that you have to think about. So, again, work on what it is that you want, but also be reasonable with it. Be reasonable. Don't be silly. There's no such thing as like snap your fingers and you magically get what you want. You will get what you want, but you have to take steps to it. I want to give you one more example. Sometimes you get what you need. Sometimes you get what the universe will present something to you that is just as good, and maybe you'll go for it. And if not, you'll let it pass and you'll wait for the next best thing. I wanted a Lands' End coat, okay? They're really expensive. They're like $250. They're really nice, and they are, oh my, pea coats. Love the style, that navy style, and it comes, with the buttons down the front, and they come in different colors. Depends on what you get. Different kinds of, but $250 and not $275. Expensive. But I really wanted a pea coat. So one day, this was a while back, I was at the mall with a friend of mine, and we went into Marshall's, and guess what I saw on the rack? The reason why I have to do the visualization, because no freaking way I could afford a pea coat. $250 coat, no. Okay. I mean, I probably could if I want to go broke for like a really long time. But so I had to go for the next best thing. And I saw something. It was a Miss 66. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I still have it. It's in my closet. But I saw this beautiful coat that was there, and I'm like, oh my god, I love it. I looked at the price, it was $60, and I'm like, oh my god, I can afford that. I can afford $60. That's pretty awesome. And I just snatched the coat up and I bought it because it looked just like wool. It looked just like the pea coat. It looks like just like the Lands' End coat that I wanted. And it is wool, but it's not. It was only like 60% wool and 40% something else. But I love the coat. Guess what? I still got compliments on that coat all winter long. But so my point is that the universe presented something better for me. It was better for me because it was better for my pocket. It was something that I could get now. I mean, I could get a Lands' End coat, but it's something that would have to come at another time when I can afford it. So the universe gives you what is feasible, what's good for you. Another thing is your mature level. Sometimes it's something that you could have, but what about your maturity level? Are you mentally capable of handling what it is that you're asking for? Are you mature enough, emotionally mature enough to handle the thing that it is that you're asking for? So, and what is an example about that? something that you have to be mentally and or emotionally prepared for. Marriage, maybe having a child. You know, that's a really serious one there. I'm a mom. I happen to know a few people in my lifetime that really wanted children, and they absolutely just, and sorry, my back is hurting. So, you know, you can visualize that, you know, but you have to ask yourself, why, you know, if you're such a good person and you're capable of doing this and that, you know, I went to emotionally and mentally ready. There's some people who are just not emotionally ready to have a child, and they're not mentally mature-wise to have a child. Even if they're 25 years old, they just don't have their shit together. They don't have a whole lot of things together to be able to give that child what they eventually could give that child when 5 years from this point. Because who they are now is not who they're going to be in 5 years if they work on themselves, and not for the sake of a child, but just through life, living their life and doing what it is that they need to do in order to get more maturity in life and how to deal with people and situations, etc. And then they can probably think about, like, okay, I've been at this job. It's not just a job, it's a career now. I've been working at this. I finished my education now. I'm at a job. I've been there for 5 years, you know. But you know what? I've done me. I've done me now. Now I want to do baby. That's when the universe will say to you, like, okay, and that's when, you know, you probably get pregnant. Now what if you don't get pregnant? Maybe, and you're so good with children, you love children, children, okay? There's some people out there just like children batty, okay? Yeah, there's people out there who adore children. When they see children, they cry because they're so in love. Maybe the universe is telling you that you have such a wonderful heart. Anybody can be a parent, but real moms and dads that have the heart of like the size of an earth, you know, those are the ones who have like the best to give. Why not go to an adoption agency and adopt a child? Maybe your match is out there somewhere in an orphanage. They don't call them orphanages anymore. They call them homes. But okay, so I mean, and that was, you know, that was like a serious thing that I was just talking about. But you know, so maybe what you're really asking for, maybe there's something better for you, and the universe is telling you that. But I honestly feel that if you set out there and there's something that you really, really want, okay? Remember I told you about generalizing things. Sometimes you have to give it to the universe and say, hey, this is what I want. And if it's not happening for you, listen and keep your eyes open. Have faith. Because maybe something else is out there is repeatedly put in your face to the point where you're just like, what is this? Listen to that, because maybe that's the universe telling you to say, okay, here. Okay? So, alright, so that's all I have to say about the law of attraction. It always comes out better after I talk for a while. So I hope that people get to the end of the videos. They can hear it all. But okay, so I don't want to do this too long. Love you, bye. It's too long.